Hello, and welcome to another Kaiju OC Profile. Today's Kaiju OC Profile will be taking a look at a monster that is the embodiment of fear. A monster that represents mankind's mistakes. A monster that is fueled by toxic waste. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Nycherius. Yeah, we're good. Exil here with yet another Kaiju OC profile. And today we'll be taking a look at the toxic monster Nycherius. Or Nycherius? I'm pretty sure it's Nycherius. I don't know, that sounds right to me. I don't know. Nycherius, I'll just call him Nycherius from now on. Created by the YouTuber Nycherius The Forest Titan. So yeah, without further ado, let's get right into it. His height is 200 meters, weight 30,000 tons, nickname Nycherius, or DT. Powers and abilities: strong claws, claw of death beam, toxic teeth that can hurt any kaiju that touches it. The more he drink toxic wastes, the stronger he gets. Weakness: without enough toxic waste, he will get weak. So, when it comes down to it, it's not a really bad stats here. 200 meters. Okay, he's a very big monster. The names of the abilities and powers that this monster possessed are, simple. You got to get a little bit more creative when naming off your monster's abilities. Like, for example, like your monster's all about toxic, right? Like toxic waste. Maybe give him an ability called like Toxicius Beam or something like that, or Toxicius Bray. Like, I don't know. I'm just pulling shit out of my ass. But what I'm trying to say is, be a little bit more creative with naming the abilities and powers that your monster possesses. The more creative it sounds, the more interesting people are going to be more invested in your monster's overall abilities and powers. But other than that, though, besides that, the stats here, pretty good. So for bio, this is the monster's bio here. This is what the monster Nycherius is bio is. So he is known as the leader of a Nightshine verse. People on Earth call him the Claw of Death. Most live in the forest. What makes him more scary is his design. His design is based off of Rosagard. His power can get strong when he drinks toxic waste. If he drinks a lot, he will get more powerful. If he dies, yeah, a few broken sentences here and there, unfortunately. Another thing is it doesn't really fully explain the monster's like existence. Like, okay, he's a leader of a like a thing called Nightshineverse. What is that? If you're gonna be bringing up something like Nightshineverse, or like sort of like a gang, or like something that he's affiliated to, you have to at the very least sort of go into more depth to this whole Nightshineverse, or just anything. You gotta go into more detail with that. Another thing too is that you don't really seem to go into how your monster exists. Like how was he created? Like how did he end up being what he is? Now, of course, like obviously, toxic waste. How did this monster become what he became? Like with toxic waste. What's the affiliation with toxic waste? Like why is he all about toxic waste? Why does he exist? These kind of questions are going to be something you're going to be getting for people that are just discovering your monster. So obviously you have to like add a little bit more to the bio of your monster, because otherwise it's just gonna be, a plain monster with nothing interesting about it. Okay, now we're going to go into design. Now, we got your standard dinosaurian, regular, plain ass kaiju. It is not really that spectacular. Nothing really sparks. It's just like, you look at it and you're just like, it's okay. I wouldn't say that something. I will say that there should be a lot more added to this design, like a lot more to this design. We got a scar right there on his eye, of course. So we got this. That's the only thing that really just catches your eye right there, because of that very bright red color right there for the scar. So yeah. So overall, when it comes to the design, I really do suggest you adding a lot more to the design. Maybe add some like skin, like rotting skin from his body corroding away. Like it's literally hanging off its body. Like it's hanging off, like just like almost like a living zombie. But give him more of protruding spikes. Like that, like, cuz here's the thing. There's nothing wrong with having like sort of like these kind of spikes, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just there's always going to be those kind of designs that have those like simplistic spikes. You could honestly make your own spikes and make it look almost creative to the point where it's like unique. So I do suggest that maybe adding a little bit more to the spikes, and overall, like when it comes down to the design, maybe add a few like maybe add a few parts of his body that are like fully like bone. Like maybe add his, like maybe perhaps his skull, like like all of his head is like a skull. His arms and stuff like that are like it resorted to like a skeleton arm. And the tip of the tail would be like a full on skeletal tail. Certain things like that make it almost unique and something eye catching to people. You gotta add sort of those kind of designs and stuff like that. And also, if you can, give them more of a glow, like a greenish glow. Because when it comes to toxic waste, there's obviously there's in cartoons, they glow, they glow green. Overall, when it comes down to it, I do think that there's a lot of things you should add with this monster design. So overall, what are my thoughts on Nycherius by Nycherius the Forest Titan? Well, when it comes down to it, there is honestly a lot of improving to do with this monster. For example, being more creative with the namings of your monster's abilities and powers. Um, Adding a little bit more information on its biography, as well as adding a lot, and I mean a lot, of stuff to your monster's design. Because holy shit, that is such a plain ass design for a monster. And honestly, like as far as I know, I don't think we've ever had like a toxic waste based monster, like a monster based off of toxic waste and like everything else like that. So like that's really like something to me, which is why I'm really just hoping that this guy like he updates and improves a lot more with his monster, because it's pretty interesting. I mean, at least for the concept of it, at least. There is indeed a lot of improving for this monster. So, Nycherius the Forest Titan, I hope you get around to improving a lot with your monster. So, yeah, other than that, though, guys, there's nothing really much else to say. Tell me down in the comments what you guys think of the monster. I'm still currently still open for some Kaiju OC profiles. If you guys want to submit your Kaiju OC profile, be sure to send them through my Instagram or Discord, whichever you prefer. My socials are on my about page on YouTube, so you guys can just send them there. So and also another thing I forgot to mention, we have just hit 5K. Yeah, this is honestly pretty sick. I didn't think we were gonna hit 5K, but we did, and I'm really happy that we made it this far at this point. Let's try to get another 5K if we can. Um, I will probably do something for this. I plan on probably doing some more merch for this whole special occasion. But yeah, other than that though, guys, thank you guys again for the 5K. I'm really just happy that you guys are still sticking around. I'll try my best to pump out as much content for you guys as I can. I mean, that is if my classes don't get in the way. So yeah, with that being said, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this. I'll see you guys in the next one, and sign off.